Have you ever met a person who has too much Christmas spirit?
No.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about long after the holidays are over. You haven't, some have. Well, a Pennsylvania man thought so. He didn't take it too well. He was recently charged with aggravated assault, strangulation, and resisting arrest after attacking the driver of a car he was a passenger in because the driver wouldn't stop singing Christmas carols.
Yes. So this happened on March 4th, so months after the holidays, and apparently he allegedly reached around and tried to choke the guy and then was really belligerent and wouldn't cooperate when the police came to try to arrest him.
I don't think there's a defense there, though. I don't think being tired of Christmas carols is a defense.
He's going to jail.
Oh,
Well, he
yeah.
almost also, but apparently the driver almost lost consciousness. When you're the passenger in a car, you don't want to strangle the driver, period.
I would tend to agree with you that that's a terrible idea.
Can you go to jail for stupidity?
No, not yet.
Okay.
We're working on it.
So strangulation, yes, but stupidity,
Yes,
no.
yes.
I think the takeaway here is maybe if it's March and the people in the car are really upset for you singing Christmas carols, just sing them in your head and we can avoid the situation.
And also just don't strangle people.
Yeah.
No, that's probably a good
It sounds to
take-home
me
from the
like there were some other issues because he wouldn't cooperate. There are issues.
We haven't
here
really
beyond.
clarified if the guy had a good voice either. He may have been really bad.
So,
All right, let's move on.
Okay.
May I, Mary? Please?
You may. Go ahead.
So that case is closed.
Oh, that one.
Next
okay.
on the docket, a New York mother is so adamant that breast is best, she's going to court. This first-time mom is suing her former doula for allegedly giving her newborn daughter formula on their third night home from the hospital. First things first, before we get into anything, does she have a case? Apparently seeking lots of money in damages, the mom is.
You know, everybody can file a lawsuit. It's a matter of whether or not you can prove it. And you really, for a lot of civil liability issues, you have to have damages. And the question really is, what are the damages? Unless it was an intentional act, then there may be damages just for the infliction of harm and intentional, infliction of emotional distress. It sounds like a tough case, and a wise attorney is going to sue someone where they know they're going to get some money. I don't know that they're going to get any money if they even win from this plaintiff.
I wonder if there was a breach of contract, though, because apparently the woman who placed the lawsuit is a nurse herself and really strongly feels breast is best.
But then again, the question is, what are the damages? So,
I think that we know that there are tremendous advantages very early in life to breast milk in terms of immune stimulation of the baby. And also, my understanding is that this mom felt very strongly and conveyed that to the doula she hired to help with baby care, that she really wanted to be woken up in the night for nursing. And then apparently on the very third night, the doula didn't bring the baby for nursing and instead opted to feed the baby formula, which was strongly against their understanding and agreement. So I don't know if they have a written contract that might strengthen the case.
Maybe the written contract, but I think Judge Mary is kind of saying when it comes to damages, yes, you want someone who's going to be respectful of your desires as a patient, as a parent, but at the same time, is there really harm from giving baby formula for one night? No, it's kind of like, yes, breast milk is great, and the American Academy of Pediatrics does want you to breastfeed exclusively for 6 months, but we also say, you know what, if we kind of talk about the benefits, and there are lots of benefits to breastfeeding, and parents say, I'm gonna do formula instead, or because it just doesn't work for my schedule, or I'm gonna breastfeed and bottle feed, that's okay, and those babies, they still thrive, so I don't think that there's any damage that has been done to the baby from that one feeding.
Full disclosure, this particular case hit a nerve for me because as a working mom, you rely on other people to help you take care of your kids sometimes. It's very, very difficult, and my understanding is that this night doula was hired expressly to come help this nurse cope with the demands of nursing and waking her up in the night. And then upon questioning, allegedly, this doula just said, well, I was tired, it was less work, so I know that that's what I was hired to do, but I don't care, I'm not going to live up to the job I was hired for, I was tired, so I didn't do my job. And what frustrates me about this is this doula was paid over $4,000 to do this job and just wake up in the night and bring the baby to the mom. And you can argue whether or not that's a good use of resources, but if that's what you're being paid to do, it's sort of inexcusable not to do your job.